Hello guys, welcome back. Konbanwa. Herzlich willkommen. So my friends, update here on Intel Corporation, ticker INTC. Back in the $20 range, guys, we have here a potential, I don't want to call it a squeeze, but a bullish reversal, all-time high potential of 290%. You can see here the open gap indicator is showing an open gap at $72. And this, guys, is a very important gap because it is a gap which we have here in the weekly chart. We start with the weekly chart with Intel, and this is very rare, guys. Yeah, open gaps in the weekly chart, the chance that those gaps get filled is about 90%. And I will explain you all the price levels here for Intel, what needs to happen here to close this gap. This is, of course, not financial advice. This is my opinion based on the chart. Okay, guys, then let's start here. When we see the overall chart pattern here for Intel, if you are a long-term investor, if you bought Intel below $11 or $12, guys, or $13, you might never see low prices like this. However, there is a chance that Intel comes in this price range again or even lower. I show you that's why I show you here the bull and the bear case scenario, because we cannot only talk about bullish things and squeeze and blah. We also have to see what could happen in favor or if a market crash appears. For now, guys, I can tell you that I'm bullish on Intel. I bought Intel also. This is not financial advice. Make your own due diligence, but we have here a very, very nice chart set up. And what we clearly can see is that the volume is spiking up since we had this massive shakeout here July 2024. Intel lost here in just 3 weeks. We can just see here, or within 1 month, when we check the total price range here, you can see that Intel dropped 50%. I had one more attempt here to break the bears, $37, and then we came back here to $18. And you can see that we are very stable here in this price range, and we slowly start to build up here a bullish reversal. Why? Because you can see that I don't say we create lower lows, because we had this shakeout here, or fake out, guys, 7th of April, guys. The whole market had its shakeout. If you believe that this was the caused by Trump or whoever, guys, yeah, believe what you want. You can see here in my chart from the S&P 500, which is a very old chart pattern, guys, that we exactly touched the bottom line of this trend channel here. So yes, it was a market shakeout, but it was calculated. You can see my S&P 500 video if you want to see all details on that. So all stocks dipped at the 7th of April. That's why I think Intel was successfully creating higher lows and higher highs after this shakeout here, but we had this market shakeout, so technically we broke this pattern here, and we have also here one candle wick here below $18 or at $18.24. So that means we should not go lower than $18.76. So let's now talk about the detailed price action here. I can offer you something here, guys, before we go deep here in the Intel chart. If you also like to trade more volatile stocks, so we have here a bull run or a bullish potential of around 290 or 300% for Intel over the next couple of weeks, months, or even years. If you want to trade some very volatile stocks, I also have here one mission, guys. I try to predict short squeezes, and I try that every week, and yeah, sometimes I'm very successful with that. I present here tickers on Patreon with high squeeze potential and post them before they squeeze. This is here one quick example what happened last week. Here, May 22nd, I posted this on Patreon. Then 1 day later, yeah, May 23rd, this ticker squeezed 152%. This is not a coincidence, guys. On the same day, we had one more squeeze, one of my so-called hot stocks. Same here, guys, released this video on 20th of May. I always release the hot stock videos during the weekend, that my members have enough time to prepare for those trades. I said that when we come back down here in this liquidity zone, and especially when we close this open gap here marked by the orange line, this ticker has high potential to squeeze. I cannot give you a guarantee, of course, but you can see that immediately after this gap close, this ticker started to squeeze 139% and also hit my price target here, the first exit price goal, on the dot before we had a correction, guys. So this is not a coincidence. There are a lot of signals how you can spot short squeeze stocks. If you want to learn more about this, guys, and like to trade these stocks, you can join us here on Patreon. The full package membership is the most popular membership which I have, where every day new members joining in That makes it very, very interesting, guys, because we have a fast growing community, a lot of knowledge on board, and you get also access here to my trading tutorials, FAQ section. So if you don't know how to trade, how to start, there is everything what you need to know. And of course, for advanced traders, I give here a lot of information how to spot and trade short squeeze stocks. The link, patreon.com/blackbelttrader, is also available here in the video description. Yeah, guys, for Intel, I'm very bullish. In my opinion, there are just two scenarios what we can expect. I'm talking about Intel already since a couple of months. That's why my chart is always the same, guys. I never change or adjust my chart patterns. And what we know is that we have a very, very strong support here in the $19 range. So you can see that we have a lot of candle wicks here at $18.98. Everything below that is just a dip. But that does not mean that Intel can come lower, because in my opinion, when I researched the chart here over the past 20 years, and the main algo demand zone where the big boys are waiting, the bulls are waiting, is between $18.10 and $16.20. This is the perfect dip, and we know that we had already here this dip. Let me delete this line. That was when I made my last video, because we came down immediately and perfectly here in this zone. On this market shakeout day here, 7-8 of April, we have the candle wick, and this dip has been bought up really quick by the bulls. You can see that Intel recovered from that already almost 30%. Now we are here in this lower correction. So it is possible that that was the bottom here, that was the lowest price we see for Intel for the next months or years. So let's talk about the up price scenario. I will switch now here to the daily chart, guys. Also, I want to show you really quick in the weekly chart my RSI. Yeah, this is picture perfect, guys. This is exactly what you want to see. We start to build here a bullish divergence on the RSI. The price is going down. The RSI is still going higher. This is very, very bullish, guys. In the weekly chart, we have here massive volume incoming. That means the market makers here are already buying. Yeah, they're accumulating here their positions. That does not mean that you see here a squeeze or something. They make that. They also do that here by the, how to say that, off counter. You know, they use here dark pools to accumulate their positions, but this is what we want to see. And what I really like is the RSI setup. We had the same setup here where Intel start to find support and slowly crawling up. And you can see last time when we had this setup here, we can measure that here from the bottom to the top. Intel made a 108% price move. Yeah, so that's why I say this is not a typical short squeeze stock, but you can still make here a lot of bucks if you have the right timing here to buy in. That's why, guys, we know that here $19 is a very strong support. If I could wish something, I want to see here one more shakeout on the RSI, which means the price should come lower here than $19. We know that this dip, the market makers here buy the dip very quick since August 2024, guys. Yeah, I will zoom in for you one more time because this is a very strong support. We can see that here since August 2024 we never closed a weekly candle below $18.98. This is the reason why this support is very strong. So if we might see here a shakeout below that, then this is, in my opinion, the final dip before Intel starts to rip. Why do I think that? Because there is still one open gap. I like to see that this gap gets filled. I marked that here with this orange line. $16.89 is an open down gap, which is open since years for Intel here, since 2009, guys. And that's why I think, because we have this very strong support zone, we have this final open gap waiting here. If we should see a dip, guys, I will buy heavily Intel shares, because I have no doubt that we will see here a bigger bull run. So let's talk about the price goals to the upside here. Of course, first of all, I think we retest here this overall bullish trend line. This is this yellow trend line here in the chart. I think we can just keep on going here with the weekly chart. We have this trend line here, guys. Yeah, this is the bullish support since years, since many years here for Intel. Every time when Intel dipped below this yellow trend line support, we came back and even saw some kind of squeeze reactions here. Yeah, so this is a very strong support zone. And now you can see we have here a dip since a couple of months already, very long time. And this is the reason why I think that the reaction, the bullish reaction, will be even more violent after the big boys here, the whales, accumulate their position. Next price call for Intel to the upside is $28. Okay, let's switch here to the daily chart. Yes, you can see that here we have two open gaps, guys, $18.99. That's why I say there is a hidden signal here that the market makers might bring the price back down one more time to this open gap. Very good buying opportunity. And then we have here $25, $28. This is, in my opinion, the most significant price level here because some natural algo resistance is waiting here. Let me mark that in yellow color, guys, and a little bit. Zack, zack, zack. So here we go. So this is what I think will happen to Intel next. If we keep on going here with this bullish structure, higher highs, then we should come here back somewhere in the $28 range. And then maybe we see some rejection before we start to squeeze higher. This is what I expect for Intel, guys. And overall, when we talk here about the next months, yeah, as soon as Intel comes back over this trend line here in the $33, $32 range, depending on the day, it's an ascending line, then guys, we have here a squeeze trigger. I call it a squeeze trigger bullish breakout level of $44. So even if we talk about these low price goals here, this is already now based on the actual price, a bull run potential, squeeze potential, call it whatever you want, of 118%. And as soon as we break this bullish trend channel, this bearish trend channel, guys, also it's bullish, it's an accumulation pattern, but of course it's a descending trend channel. As soon as we break this trend channel line here, guys, this is the moment where Intel will start to break out and create new all-time highs. I will keep you updated here on this channel, guys, about the price actions here. I zoom out that you can see here the price levels in favor for the bulls and bears. If you want to copy here my chart setups, price levels for Intel, then you can pause the video, and this is here everything based on TradingView, my chart program, guys, yeah, which I always use. If you want to trade like a pro, guys, please get yourself this chart tool. I'm not sponsored by TradingView, but I can offer you a $15 discount link here on the premium tier. This special discount link is available in the video description. And as I said, I use this here for all my videos and all my personal trades. That was the update on Intel, guys. I hope that was helpful. Please don't forget to check out here our Patreon, guys. I have still here some short squeeze stocks which didn't squeeze, so we expect them to squeeze in the very few next days. Check them out if you want. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you great success with Intel, and if you want, see us in the next video. Arigatou gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.